Alright guys, this is Mr. Casual Scum, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I was watching Bennett the Sage on that guy with the glasses a few days ago, and I just had a hankering to listen to him read the My Immortal fanfic, which, if you're not familiar, is been hailed and placed in the annals of history as the world's worst fanfic of all time. It's god-awful. It's so bad, and it's such an insult to communication and language, not even literature, because this shit doesn't come anywhere close to being in the category of literature. But it's such an insult to language and communication that if an alien race was determining whether planets would survive based upon intelligence, and they weren't really picky, but if there was just one little thing that they could find of everything that we've done as a civilization and as a race that just could not be forgiven as just being so unintelligible and stupid that it would just make their heads explode if they tried to even go and make sense out of it. My Immortal would be the reason that this planet be fucking wiped. It's that fucking terrible. It's god-awful. And his annotations on it are fucking priceless, and I love it to this day. So what I want to do is my own reading of it, and I want to do it in a way that a lot of people haven't done. A lot of people ripped on it, and rightfully so, and I've had a good laugh about it as well, watching along with them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to become like an editor. I'm going to read and correct this shit so that we can try to make some semblance out of what's going on. And I'm going to tell you why I'm correcting it before I do it. So I'm going to pretend like you guys are Tara, and I do not mean that in an offensive way. I just mean that painting a picture. Like, I'm going to pretend that you're the author, and I'm an editor who we'd be sitting down, you'd hand me your story, I'd look at it, I'd read, and then I would read the part out loud, and then I would scratch it and write a little note, and then tell you how I think it should maybe go, or to fix it. Since Tara's obviously never going to fix it, we'll just fix it for her. I'm sure you guys won't mind. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. This is My Immortal by Tara Gillespie. Here we go, already having to make an edit. Author's note. Special thanks, get it, 'cause I'm Gothic, to my GF, you not in that way, Raven, Bloody Tears 666, for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock, too. MCR rocks. First edit. Who the fuck says fangs? I don't care if you're trying to be cute and clever. The majority of your audience is not going to think it's cute and clever. They're just going to think you're fucking retarded. So let's fix that. Special thanks. Get it? Because I'm Gothic? No, we don't need that. Just out. So this should read like this. Author's note. Special thanks to my girlfriend, no, not in that way, Raven, Bloody Tears 666, for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you are the love of my depressing life. You rock as well. My Chemical Romance rocks. Now we can finally begin. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. No. That's how I got my name. Okay? I'm fine with Ebony, fine with Darkness, fine with Raven, and even if your last name's Way, whatever. Long black hair does not excuse nor explain why your parents gave you a second middle name of Dementia. Dementia has nothing to do with dark hair, it has nothing to do with anything. Your name should just be either Ebony Raven Way or Ebony Darkness Raven Way. So, again, Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. No, we're not going to get out of here because we're going to take that out. You don't alienate your audience. You are trying to reach a massive audience. You don't alienate them by fucking telling them to get out of your fucking story because they don't understand or know who this fucking person is. So just, shh. There's Google. People are intelligent. If they don't know who she is, they can look it up. So just X that completely out. We don't need that little editorial comment. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, Scotland, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic and buy all my clothes from there. You're talking about Hogwarts, and you want to put in a topical thing about Hot Topic. It's not needed. Come up with some magical name. Don't actually have brand names in here. It's bad enough you already have Amy Lee and you're using brand name bands, but you don't need to pimp Hot Topic. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. You put up your middle finger, you flipped them off, you stuck your middle finger out at them, you gave them the middle finger, anything like that would be fine. Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly, but then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Author's note, is it good? Please tell me, Fangs. Again, please replace Fangs with thanks. And please actually spell out please. It's not that long of a word. Chapter 2. Author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, once again, not that long to spell. Preps, stop flaming story, okay? Alright, for my. Flaming is fine, it does work in this context, and preps is at least an acceptable slang term. The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took of my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. You took of it? You grabbed it? No, if you take of something, you partake. If you take off something, you remove. So, how about we take off the MCR t-shirt instead? Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears, and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. It's not really necessary to say you have pierced ears. If you put 4 pairs of earrings in, if you just put 4 pairs of earrings in, people can kind of make that assumption. Little redundant. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you. Author's notes are not needed except at the beginning or an end of a chapter. You never put them in an actual chapter. If this is your friend, I'm sure she can figure out, or I'm sure you can tell her that this is the character you wrote for her. Woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. Does she have to have black hair with pink streaks? Because you already have the black with the red tips. I mean, I get it. You're all dark and mysterious, but, you know, hair color does not make dark and mysterious people. It's their personality that tends to make them dark and mysterious. Moving on. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, once again, referencing modern things in a magical universe, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. OMFG, It's an acceptable slang. I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so, I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Okay, flirtily is not a word. You can reply in a flirtatious manner. You can reply in a flirtatious way. You can reply sexily. You can reply maybe seductively. You can, there's a lot of different ways. For someone who kind of got thesaurus happy, it's strange that you chose flirtily instead of maybe just looking for a different verb for a word for flirt. So, hi, I replied in a flirtatious manner. Guess what, he said. What? I asked. Well, Good Charlotte, I'm just going to give up at this point, are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Why Hogsmeade? It's Good Charlotte. You've already referenced Marilyn Manson, Amy Lee. Why does it have to be Hogsmeade? Why can't they just be playing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or an amphitheater or any actual Radio City Music Hall? Why does it actually have to be Hogsmeade? What? Hell, you're already fucking with reality and fantasy, so why don't you just completely shatter it? Just drop all pretense, because you don't need it anymore. Oh my fucking god, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band, besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. Chapter 3. Author's note. Stop flaming, the story preps is spelled with an S, okay? Otherwise, again with the fangs, thanks to the Gothic people. You are 3 letters away from being able to spell out people. Why do you insist on shortening it? For the good reviews, switch the I&E, hun. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. Well, my god, if you're going to include the band, you could at least spell their name right. Charlotte. And if you don't own the lyrics, then why are you putting them in the fucking story? Copyright 101. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. No. If you are going to go into explicit detail about what you're wearing, ripped red fishnets, that's specific. Black lace-up boots with high heels. Leather mini dress. Then you can't just leave your audience with corset stuff. What? If you're that specific and if you know that much about what you're wearing, you can at least let the audience know what corset stuff is. On the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. So you straightened it or you spiked it? You can't... If I straighten my hair, that'd be like saying I slicked it back, but I also made it look curly. No, if I slick it back, it's going to be slicked. If I straighten my hair, it's going to look straight. If I spike it, it'll look spiky. So, since you're looking for spiky, you spiked your hair. Now you don't need to say that you made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. I suppose you're a gothic vampire and you won't die, so I guess. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding. And I listened to some GC. Alright. How hard... You must not have slit it very hard if you just kind of chilled and waited for it to stop. Most people who do that, cutters, end up either having to take precautions and just do little cuts, or... if they actually do cut their wrists, they tend to, bandage it up or something like that instead of just, letting it bleed all over. But okay. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood so I was ready to go to the concert. Well, if you cut your wrist, instead of waiting for it to stop bleeding, why don't you just drink your own blood? Just put it right back into your system. That's just... Why? Why would you... Nope, I'm going to cut my wrist, and then I'm going to reach over out of my way for something else when I'm already got a fresh source right in front of me. That's like having an open beer in front of you and going, man, I could go for a beer. Oh, let me go to the fridge that's 10 feet away 10 feet away rather than one that's in my hand. Yep, that's how I'm going to go about this. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show, too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note, a lot faux cool boys were it okay. Again, with the author's note, you don't need to... When you defend yourself, it just makes it seem like you made a mistake. Let people figure out you've made a mistake. Believe me, they will, but just let them figure it out. So that is probably supposed to read a lot of cool boys wear it. A lot of cool boys wear eyeliner. Don't know what school you went to. Not too many of the cool crowd as far as men wore eyeliner. Just putting that out there. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666. And flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. Okay, smoking cigarettes is fine. What kind of drugs? What are we smoking here? We smoking pot? We smoking crack? We got an opium pipe going? Drugs is a really generic term. It could mean anything from illicit drugs, illegal drugs, to general prescription, over the counter. Are you smoking Tylenol? You crumbling up some ibuprofen? You got some Robitussin there? You lighting it on fire? This needs to be specified. Just for the sake of argument, let's just say they're getting high. Because, hey, when you go to concerts, beer and pot usually is pretty prevalent. So we both smoked cigarettes and got high. We both smoked cigarettes and weed or marijuana, or we can just say we smoked cigarettes and then we did drugs. That would be okay as well. But just smoking, it's got to be something. So I'm going to just make the decision. It's weed. We both smoked cigarettes and did pot. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage. A mosh pit at a Good Charlotte Simple Plan concert? Not from what I've seen, but okay. This is Fantasyland. We both jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. This is a song, so I'm not gonna read it, because it's just song lyrics. There's nothing wrong with that. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing at him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm all around me, all protective. He asked sensitively? You mean he was, like, hesitant about it? You mean he sounded like he really cared? You know, this would probably be a good part for Shiley. He's obviously into you. He thought you were into someone else. You've now reassured him. So, you can set his mind at ease. Shiley. Really? I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz. You crawled back in? Are you that fucked up that you can't walk back to the car? And where are the controls in this car? You don't sit, you just crawl, so it's a hands and knees kind of deal? You sure it's not a Mercedes wagon? How about we sat back into the Mercedes-Benz? How about we walked back and we walked back to the car and we got into the Mercedes-Benz? Yeah, that sounds more believable. But Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into, okay, that's way too many ellipses. That's an ellipse is 3, not, I don't even know, that's like 10, probably even more. The Forbidden Forest. Wow. Alright, so that is chapters 1 through 3. Just reading it and trying to correct it along the way, because, man, this thing's going to need some work, and we got a long way to fucking go. So, let's see if we can't continue this next time. We're going to see if we can't possibly get this into some kind of semblance here. I'm really trying to help this story out any way that I can, but I'm getting kind of worried that it's going to get to a point where I might not even have an edit that can fix it. But right now, I'm still feeling strong. I'm still able to help this story out any way that I can, trying to at least make it so that those alien that an alien race won't obliterate us if they happen to maybe see an edited version of this. Alright, so this is Mr. Casual Scum signing off. Stay tuned for part 2, where we continue with chapter 4? Yes, we're going to continue with chapter 4. So, you guys take care of yourselves, alright? This is Mr. Casual Scum once again signing off. Later.